Good morning. Today is our 12th session. I already sent the link by Skype and I'm waiting for them to join. It's already 8:04, so I'm gonna be waiting for a few minutes and then I will begin the class.
Hello,
Oh, hello. Good morning, Felix. How are you?
I'm fine, teacher, and you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I'm sorry. I wanted to apologize because I was not able to send you the information about the previous week that I was not be available because I did not have internet. I was not in Colombia and I have some problems. So I'm sorry because of that. Oh, I forgot.
Oh, teacher, don't have any problem because I have had a lot of work and I couldn't attend this class.
Oh, okay. All right, I understand. And how are you? Because it's been so many classes without seeing you.
Yes, teacher. Um, I don't know. Sometimes I'm feeling bored because I don't have any advance here in the BA in English as a foreign language.
Oh, really?
Yes, teacher,
How
yes.
many how many courses are you taking?
In this moment, I have 5 courses. It's a little, but um, I'm feeling that. I don't know.
It's normal, Felix. I understand because every time that we are learning a second language, we go through that, and that's that's the difficult moment because you will think about quitting or you will think about continuing. So it's not easy, but if you keep trying, if you keep practicing, if you keep learning, there will be a moment that you will feel like, oh my God, I did it. But for sure, you will feel like that. I have to tell you, I also felt like that when I was learning English and I couldn't talk to somebody. I'm gonna share with you guys. I know Jessica arrived. Hi Jessica, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Kermi.
Uh, okay, I wanted to share with you experience that I have, just to keep it in mind. Maybe it will help you, or maybe not, but at least you will get to know another experience. I took several. I finished my courses at the Colombo. I finished it totally, all the courses, and then I said, "Oh my goodness, now I know how to speak English." And then I decided to go in an exchange program. I applied for to travel and to work in United States, and I travel. I travel by myself, and I arrived to New Jersey, and then once I arrive, I have because I have only working visa, so I have to be talking in English all the time. Um, so basically, when I arrived, I couldn't make myself understood because I was trying to ask somebody where is the exit? I was trying to, and I could not understand what they were saying. It was something that simple, and I felt so frustrated. and I felt that I was wasting my time because what happened with those all those years learning English at the Colombo, and now I don't know how to ask where is the exit, and they don't understand what I wanted to to get. So it was really frustrating for me, as maybe it's a similar feeling that you are having now, Felix. But maybe you just need to keep going because you need to carry on, because English is not something that you will learn in 2 or 3 months. I have to be honest with you. You have to be learning, and you have to get contact with native people. You have to talk to people that live in English speaking countries, because you will develop abilities that you won't do in if you talk, for example, teachers that they speak Spanish, because unfortunately, because we speak Spanish, we when we are speaking in English is a little bit easier to understand because we have the accent, the Spanish accent. So when you face or you have to talk to a native speaker, it's another story. So I wanted to ask you, Felix, did you have the opportunity to talk to a native English speaker?
No, teacher, I didn't have that opportunity.
No, okay. So I'm gonna look for links. They have free links, free chats, community online where you can just contact somebody from different country and talk about English. I don't know, talk about life, talk, and that's a good practice that you can have. And you don't have to be shy because they are used to that. I mean, they are available for helping as people that are learning English. So if you want, I can look for those links and send that information to you. I don't know, it's up to you. Do you want me to do that?
Ah, okay, teacher, thanks.
Good. Yes, and
Very
don't give
interesting.
up. Don't give up, Felix, because I know it's not easy. And try to. You are really good at listening. I can get that you understand easy what when someone is speaking in English. But what you need to improve is just your fluency, because when you're talking, you use the right grammar, the right vocabulary. You just need to practice fluency. Don't feel like you are not doing anything because you are doing it right. So that's that's my feedback for you. You are doing it right. You just need to practice your fluency, the speed, because I consider that you use the right. I mean, you think before talking, so you make sure that the grammar is okay. So that's sometimes we just talk and then we forget about grammar, and that's something that you don't have. You always make grammar. So don't feel frustrated. It's normal. Just keep going. Don't quit. That's the only. I mean, something that you have to keep. Don't quit. You have to keep going. It's normal that you sometimes feel frustrated.
Thanks, teacher.
And if you need anything, I mean, if you think that I can help you with something, you have my WhatsApp. You can, if you have questions or something, I can help you out. I will do it without any problem. All right. So, hello, Carol.
Morning, how are you?
We are doing good. How are you? How
I'm
is your
good.
ready for a weekend? Today is Friday. Yay!
Yes, yes, but this next week we have to send
Yes.
a lot of
Mm-hmm.
work and a little busy.
Stress out.
Yes, and stressed out and busy. Yeah.
Good luck with that. I am also doing a lot of homework because of the specialization. I have to. Oh goodness, there are like thousands of words. But yeah, I'm sending you good energy, and I'm good. I'm sure that everything is gonna be alright with your final uh, homeworks for the semester.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Jessica, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Kermi.
How has been your week?
What?
How is been? How was your week?
Um,
How
¿Cómo está tu semana?
¿Cómo ha
your
estado tu semana?
Ah,
yes? How was your week?
eh, good. Um, it is good. Uh, to some occupation, but that's good.
Okay, so you have also too many things to do as Carol, right? And as Felix, because I'm sure everybody's doing a lot of homework right now. At the end of May, that is like the most difficult part of the semester because we have final exam, we have final homeworks, and all those
Yes.
things. All right, good luck with all that. Let's see. Okay, let's continue. So I wanted to begin. Remember, Carol, that we were talking about tag questions that
Yes.
you were having. Okay, so I wanted to share with you. I found out I was looking up on online, and I found out a really nice explanation of the tag questions.
Yes.
So that's Jessica and Felix. Do you know what is tag questions?
Yes.
What
Eh,
is it?
eh, ya te digo.
Don't worry. Felix, do you know what is a tag question?
For example, do you have a pen? Don't you? Algo así.
I'm sorry.
Is the last part of the question. In that part, I question order um, or for an opposite thing. I don't know. I know that. I
All
remember
right.
that.
Okay, good. Yes. All right. So Carol was telling me the previous session that she was having a difficult time with this. So I look up her for more information, and I just wanted to share it with you. So in case you have questions, or just as a reminder of how can we use tag questions, in which situation, what is the structure, and when are we going to use contractions, and several examples. So I just want you to listen up, and just as a reminder, as a review of this topic, because as I can see, all of you are familiar with these tag questions. So Jessica, do you want to share something?
Eh, um, the task question is when the person uh, makes make question, um, she finally or final with other question. For example, she doesn't like to dance. Does she?
Okay,
Uh,
okay. So actually, it's like when you're having a sentence and you wanted to make sure that is understood, you at the end add a question. Is that what you're saying, or not? Jessica.
Perdón.
O so you're saying you're asking a question and then you ask another question to make sure that you understand?
Um, por decir,
Oh, Carol, do you have cough?
A little bit. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
Maybe
I'm sorry.
uh, siempre tengo, how do you say rhinitis in English?
allergy.
Allergies. Yeah, we
Um,
call it allergies. Uh-huh.
yes, and today the weather is very cold. I think it's for that reason now with an allergy for the weather.
Oh gosh. Wow. Yeah, so drink a lot of hot tea. It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Jessica, I was saying
How?
I'm going to share a listening. It's a really nice explanation about how can we use that questions, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and share it, and you are gonna let me know if you are able to listen clearly or not. Let's see. For VOA Learning English, this is Everyday Grammar. Let's see. Have you ever been in a conversation and wanted to check your understanding? Can you listen well, or is it clear or not?
Yes, it's clear. For me, it's
Perfect. For you, Felix, is clear? Were you able to listen to the girl talking? Okay, good.
Teacher.
All right, so I'm gonna play it again. Let's see, and it's gonna take just 6 minutes, and then we will talk about. I want to get something, so try to get at least 2 or 3 things that you understand, and then when we finish, try to share it with us. Okay? Let's see. If you want, you can take notes. If you want, just and then you can read them. It's okay. I just want you to have clear the topic. For VOA Learning English, this is Everyday Grammar. Have you ever been in a conversation
¿Cómo es que tengo que hacer
with
eso?
your understanding? That is the time a tag question in English. A tag question is a short question added to a statement. The tag includes a pronoun and its matching form of the verb be, or auxiliary verb. If the tag question is negative, we shorten the phrase or use a contraction with the auxiliary verb. Here's an example. I was visiting a friend and saw a photo on the wall. I said, "That's a picture of your grandson, isn't it?" My friend answered,
Yes, it is. That picture is from when he was 2. He's a lot taller now.
In the example, I wanted to confirm something I thought was true. So I started with a positive statement. That's a picture of your grandson. Then I added a negative tag question. Isn't it? My friend said I was right. The picture was of his grandson. English speakers use tag questions to encourage a listener to respond. You will often hear teachers using tag questions.
You remember the history lesson from last week, don't you?
Some language researchers say that men use tag questions more often than women. They think it might show that men have more power in the conversation and use tags to ask for information or agreement. Others say women use a certain kind of tag questions to make the conversation run more smoothly. Whatever your gender, when you use a tag question, you expect an answer. The form of that answer depends on the type of tag question. Let's look at the 2 types of tag questions.
We'll talk first about tag questions that follow a positive statement with the verb be. They use a reduced form or contraction. Make the tag question with the form of the verb be combined with the negative not, and the pronoun. The verb be has to match the number and person of the pronoun. Take a look at these examples.
They are walking to school, aren't they? She is taking the bus, isn't she? I am supposed to be sitting here, aren't I? You're the math teacher, aren't you?
In these examples, you reverse the order of the pronoun and verb in the tag question. They are becomes aren't they? And she is becomes isn't she? If the statement uses another verb instead of be, the tag question uses an auxiliary verb, such as do or have. For example, in the song A Little Time, the singing duo Beautiful South asked the question,
You look over your big head, don't you? Don't you?
and
It's been looking like that for hours, hasn't it? Hasn't it? If you ask a negative tag question, you expect a positive answer.
question, it's raining out, isn't it? Expected answer, yes it is.
Now let's look at tag questions that follow a negative statement. These are in the affirmative. You can use this to confirm that what you are thinking is true, and you expect a negative answer.
Question, you don't eat all the cake, do you? Expected answer, no, I don't.
Negative sentences with positive tag questions are not as frequent as our first type. They use the same form. With reversed word order. Tag questions are an example of a big difference between British and American English. Language researchers using computer data found that British English speakers use tag questions 9 times as often as American English speakers. Grammar. Betty Azar says that the intonation, change in pitch, shows the purpose of a tag question. If the speaker is trying to confirm information, the tone rises.
Adam works at VOA, doesn't he?
Speakers saying something that they are almost certain the listener will agree with use a falling intonation.
It's a nice day, isn't it?
We leave you with a famous line from Carly Simon in the song You're So Vain. You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. You're so vain. I'll bet you think this song is about you. Don't you? Don't you? VOA Learning English. I'm Jill Robbins.
And I'm Jim Tedder.
Now it's your turn. Write a sentence with a tag question in the comments. We'll give you feedback.
Okay, all right. So it's finished. It was a really nice explanation, right? It covers everything. The structure, examples, in which context should we use it, the difference between British and American. So I would like to hear from each one of you. What did you get from this listening explanation about the tag questions? Who wants to begin?
I remember the questions have a simple structure, and those questions have a positive questions and negative questions, and negative questions the last part.
Can you give us an example, Felix?
For example, um, are you in the house? You aren't. In the first part, we saw a positive question, and in the last part, a negative question. Um, I remember displaying a person who use um, questions um, is finding a confirmation.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Good. Besides that, did you get any other or just?
No, teacher, I don't have any other idea about
Don't
this.
worry. All right. Perfect. What about Jessica and Carol?
Um, eh, in the task question, um, para, to for make um, one question, a question, um, um, is,
Did you notice? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Did you notice that when we have a long break without sessions, you become more like shy to talk? You forget. When we have continuous sessions, you became more fluent. And then now that we have like 1 week and the previous class without session, then you miss the fluency. Now it's a little bit more difficult for you to talk. Did you notice that?
um,
That's why it's important for you to practice, at least with the mirror. Okay,
I
Jessica.
I I and I and understand because I don't I don't uh, I does I doesn't with the explication. O sea, no sé cómo explicar.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult for you to explain. Okay. So if it's difficult for you, can you try to write down on the chat an example of what you understood? Where will you be able to use the tag questions? Can you write down an example on the chat, please?
Um, uh,
Take your time. Take your time. While you're doing that, Jessica, we are gonna go ahead and listen to Carol. I wanted to make sure because this topic, I wanted to ask Carol, do you think that with the listening was covered like most of and the most important things about this topic? I mean, do you have it was clear for you or not?
Yes, that was clear for me. I understand that when you use verb to be in the sentence, for is a the question tag is a short question that use verb to be in negative form, and that's it. I think
Okay, not only verb to be, any auxiliary. It depends on which tense are you talking. For example, if you're using will, you will use the will. If you're using the does or the do, that is, you will use that in the tag question. It depends of the auxiliary, not only the verb to be.
okay.
And also, it was interesting for me when I don't know, I would like to hear what do you think when they were saying that men are used to they use more tough questions than women because they have, you know, they believe that men they are in control in most of the conversation. So what do you think about that? You know, like men use more
Yes, sir.
that questions than women. So that means that men are always controlling conversations. So what do you think about that?
I don't. I don't think that or that example is always because some women take the control in some conversation, no? And maybe I think it depends the situation. Uh, I don't think so.
All right. So you don't think that is the rule? That it sometimes happens, sometimes does not.
For example, Kermit, in this sentence, do you use? What do you use for this sentence? Because example, for example, I don't see a verb to be or auxiliary.
Oh, you are using there simple tense in here. You can notice that it's simple tense because you are having visits, the S at the end. So it's Salma visits her mom in Bogota every other weekend. So in this case will be do or does. Okay, depending on the person. So in this case it's she, so doesn't she?
Okay.
Okay, because it's simple present. How can you know that it's simple present? Because you will see the S at the end in
Yeah.
here. Salma visits her. And then you go to grammar. And what is the auxiliary for simple present? Do and does.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how is it a little bit clear? Am I under
Yeah,
explaining?
yeah.
Yes. So you need to, when you see the sentence, you need to try to find out in which tense are you talking. And in this case, you don't have auxiliary, but you have the S, and you know that it's in present because of the context. So that's why you will find out that it's simple present. And then you say, okay, grammar. In simple present, which is the auxiliary for that we will use? Do and does. Okay, so that's how you answer. You will create the question. Salma visits her mother in Bogota every other weekend, doesn't she?
Okay.
Okay.
Always when is the sentence is present, you use do or does.
Nah, it depends because you can be talking in present but using to be. For example, Salma is crazy,
Yes.
isn't she? Then you have to change it for verb to be, and it's also in present.
Okay.
Did you is it? I mean, because in grammar we have different tenses. Like when you're talking in simple present, you're using do or does, or when you are using verb to be, is two difference.
For example, in this case, going to
In which one?
be relate.
Okay, so now you're talking about present progressive. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going because you are using ing. So
Uh-huh.
that's present progressive. I'm going to be late. So you wanted to make that question with that, right? I am going to be late. Am you have to make a negation with the am not going to. You have to add the whole. I'm not going to. You will do it like this. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm sorry, I forgot the am. The subject. I'm not going to. Am
This is
I?
the tag question.
Yes, you can do it like that. Am I? You can do it like that. You need to change it like this. Am I not Charlie likes ice cream? That's like yeah. Am sorry. I am going to be late. Am I not? Am I not going to? Am I not going to? It's not very common, but this is the way that you can use it as a tag question. Am
But
I going to? It's
okay,
not very, yes.
but in this case, when I use I am, the tax question is no aren't are.
No, because it depends of the person. You are using I, and I is with am.
Yes, I know.
So you need to use the correct. If you don't use the I and you change it with another person or noun, then you use are or is. This is not, I mean, we are talking about the structure. This is the right way to do it. It's not very common because, as you say, it's not always applied with that question, but you are giving me this example. I'm going to be late. Am I not going to? That's the right structure. Is common or not? It depends on the on the culture, but that's the right structure. If you say it that way, people they will understand and you are using the right grammar. But it's different to see is this common or not. That's something different. Or do you think that, I mean, what is your point in here, Carol? I wanted to try to understand
Yes,
where do you want to go.
yes, but I remember that many years ago, the teacher explained me when you use I am, the tag question is are. For example, if the sentence is positive, I am
Mm.
it. The tag question is aren't it yet.
Oh, okay, but you are using this present progressive, not just only to be.
Mm, okay.
Okay, I wanted to make clear. Did she explain that with present progressive or just with verb to be?
I don't remember.
Okay, because now you are using present progressive and this is different. You are using ing at the end of the verb.
Uh-huh.
So if you're using it does not make sense when you are using are or is and adding the ing at the end of the verb. It does not make sense with the tag question. So we can look at that. I mean, you can search for that and let me know to see maybe I'm wrong. I can be wrong. I don't know. But in what I know is like when you're using present progressive, you cannot change it am for are or is because it's not gonna make sense.
Okay. But
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. You will look for that, and then next session you will let me know. Okay, and I will also look up. Maybe I'm wrong, and that's totally normal. I can be wrong. Oh wait, I might be seeing those things that are not right, but we will not. We will look for that,
okay,
and we will see. Okay, Carol.
okay.
Perfect. Okay, so the question is like when you're making a sentence with verb to be and present progressive, how is gonna be the tag question? Okay, we will look for that. Felix or Jessica, do you know about that? Do you have any suggestion? Which one do you consider is right, or I mean, from your knowledge?
Teacher, no, I don't have any suggestion.
No, no, no. Okay. And
No,
Jessica,
teacher,
what
thanks.
about you? From your knowledge or what is being taught to you before? Um, no, I mean,
Uh, I have um I have a pues um or I don't have clear something because eh,
mm-hmm.
but I remember in other moment. Um, sí, o sea, tengo alguna, de pronto el tema se me ha ido olvidando un poco, pero es cuestión como de recordar porque yo ese tema en un momento lo tuve claro. Eh, lo que no hay algo que no recuerdo y es en el verbo to be cuando hacemos la pregunta, eh, una pregunta negativa, porque es que debemos responder con aren, en primera persona estoy hablando, por ejemplo, hayan wrong, right, eh, entonces uno responde aren, aren I, no recuerdo esa parte, cómo es que...
Okay, don't worry. All right. So we have still questions about this topic. Do not worry. So Carol is gonna look for that to find out how it's gonna be used in order to get verb to be and present progressive, or could be past progressive. Also, it applies to different tenses. It's the same rule. And Jessica, I'm gonna try to find, I will try to create a material where it will be easier to understand for you the uses, okay?
Okay.
Because we have questions here and we don't know right now who is right and who is wrong um, because it's not clear for anybody here. I mean, now I have the doubt. I'm not sure. Carol is telling me, I say, oh, now I have the doubt also. So I'm going to look for that. It's all right. We are learning here. So that's the idea. Good. I like this class.
Mm,
Good. All right. So that's homework. And we will continue with the next activity. All right. We won't stop teaching about this topic until it's clear for everybody. All right, so we have, let's see, for the activity for today to continue is really simple exercise. It's a really nice exercise for you to push yourself to talk in English. What we are gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen. You're gonna see some abstract images. And for example, maybe Carol will begin and she will try to create a story about that image that she's looking at. Maybe it's just a clown, or maybe whatever it comes into the screen, she will begin a story. The idea is that the next person will continue with that story, but I'm going to change the image. So she has to add details regarding that new image that she's looking or he is looking at. Okay, is it clear the activity, or do you want me to explain it another time? Is it clear the activity? Do you have questions? Do you want me to repeat to explain one more time?
Uh, Please, teacher, repeat, please.
Okay, perfect. Uh, let's be, for example, I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. See. So you can understand better what we're gonna do. Hmm, it's coming up. Okay, perfect. For example, here, you will have this image. And let's pretend that is my turn. I need to make up a story with just this image. I will say, oh, there was up a time where just light was in the world. As you can see in here, they were linked by points or dots, and they were changing in different colors, blue, yellow. But sometimes people, they were thinking that uh, there should be change in this world, not only dots, not only lines, not only blue or yellow. And then I will go on, okay? Just try to create a story. And then the next person, we will change. Let's change to this one. So yes, as Kermi was saying, people were tired just to see points, blue and yellow, so they decided to change the shapes. And now they have different shapes like squares, as you can see here, triangles, and they mix colors. So it's not only blue and yellow, but pink and purple and green, and they suddenly were seeing like it was inside the water, you know. So I'm linking the story,
Like the
yeah, the two images, and that's the idea, to try to use creativity in your brain, you know, to motivate your creativity, and talk in English. Just let it go. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. It doesn't matter if it's crazy. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense. That is something not real. Just talk. Okay? Is it now clear, Felix, or no?
Yes, teacher, it is clear.
Okay. Carol and Jessica, is it clear?
yes. I have uh, I have to make description with that image. Image.
IMAX. Yes, you need to talk about, you know, try to create a story or just to talk about something related with the image. And then the next person is going to continue with that story, but I will change the image so she can add something different. Or he. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead. Let me see. I'm going to change it here. Let's begin with this one. This is a nice one. Okay, Felix, would you mind start? This is your image.
Okay, teacher.
Good.
Well, in this place, he is playing football because he likes that sport. Um, his body is very, very strange because he was made with um, uh, triangles, and his mother paint paint, paint him uh, with several colors like um, blue, um, light blue, um, yellow, orange, and purple. And the word around him uh, is very strange. Like him, because around um, uh, because around have lot of figures like triangles. How do you say trapezius?
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
I will look for that.
Trapezius
These
and
trapezius, I think,
other
but I'm not sure.
figures. and and the world around him is very dark. The sky is dark blue, and and all people around there saw that um, him um, he's very enojado,
Okay. Angry?
angry. He's very angry.
And Felix is trapeze. Trapeze.
Trapeze,
Hmm.
trapeze sensation.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
very
sorry.
angry because he was made with figures, trapeze and triangles.
Okay, thank you, Felix. Okay, good. Now let's continue with Carol. You will read the story that Felix was talking about and then add to this one.
Okay. This is a strange film. Figure. Uh,
Imash?
um, that have maybe 3 colors. Have, like,
Remember that you need to link a Felix's story and this one. So you need to continue with Felix's story.
okay. The before Imagine was um players football. A man played football. Maybe they push your ball and broken some mirror and the mirror down uh, down in a space and form different figures that the figures has the figure have figures no the figure has blue pink yellow colors. They have lines and dots. Um, Maybe try to for a chair, and maybe a table too. Mm, I don't know what is. That's it. I don't know. Yes, that's it.
There is not, okay, that's all right. Okay, Jessica, let's
Eh,
continue with you.
Yes, I see in the picture, uh, maybe it is in a in a, I see an abstract painting. Um, I I I see.
Remember, Jessica, that you need to make a connection between this, what Carol was talking to the new one. You need to connect it.
Okay. Disculpa, Kermi, voy a hablarte de la pintura que me estás mostrando o del mismo que habló Carol
¿Tiene,
y
la idea cuál es? La idea es que conecten la historia con que está hablando su compañero y la conecten con la nueva imagen, pero que sigan con una secuencia.
Okay. Um, um, the players, the players, the soccer player is is love um, if love the picture with hearts um, and abstract um, ay, ay, no sé qué decir. The picture uh, is 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 a lot of colors. There are there are many figures. Um, is is yellow, blue, gray, orange colors. To see to there is or there are circle. Um, I see sky, flower, um,
Okay, all right, Jessica, thanks a lot. So as you can see, it's not an easy exercise, right? It's not easy to try to create a story with these abstract images. Sometimes it's difficult to do it in Spanish. It's even more difficult to do it in English. But I wanted to hear from each one of you if you felt frustrated with this exercise or not. Did you feel because I had this experience in the other group, it was a really nice exercise. It was enjoyable with them. They were, they began to tell crazy things about these images, and it came out really fun. So I wanted to hear from you, how did you feel trying to create a story with those crazy images? How did you feel, Carol?
I feel a little stressed because I don't have um, a word for explain that figures, and that figure or the imagine doesn't have a specific form. Um, I couldn't say um, a lot of things about that imagine because I think it's very simple. I don't know.
Do you think it will be easier for you if you have to say, if I put the same image and you have to say it in Spanish? Do you think it will be more? It will be.
No, because it's the same. I try to think. I try to talk in this imagine in Spanish or in English, whatever. But in Spanish, I can say more than things than I say in English.
Okay, so it's not about the image; it's about the language, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. And what about you, Felix? How did you feel?
Well, teacher, I'm feeling very well, but I I was made great effort to to speak about those shapes, those that player, and around him. Um if I don't have fluency in this moment, I I, I had less fluency because the four that I that made in the exercise.
Yeah, and you
And
made advantage because your image had a shape, so it was a little bit easier for you because you can see that it was a man, so it was a little bit easier for you. It was more difficult for Carol and Jessica because they did not have shapes.
um, I think a great barrier for make that exercise is the vocabulary. My vocabulary is very poor, short, and I think this is a great problem that I have in this BA
Okay, so
because
we are gonna do something about that. I wanted to let you know. One class before we finish one of the sessions, I'm gonna be focusing on new words. So we at least 20. I'm gonna prepare a session so we can learn new words for everybody. So I'm gonna try to get new words for Jessica, new words for Felix, and new words for Carol. Let's see if I can do that. And I will focus one of the sessions in order to learn that new vocabulary. So 20 words are good. I mean, it's a good start. Let's see. Because we already made this. Yeah. I'm trying to planning the final sessions. Yes, Felix. So, do you want to give it another try with different images to see if it comes a little bit easier or not? Do you want to give it another try with different images or not?
Yes. Eh,
Okay.
can you repeat?
And how did you feel, Jessica? I want to hear from you.
I think the das I imagine uh, maybe it is easy.
Oh, you thought that, for example, Carol images was easier than yours? Did you feel like Carol image was easier to talk about than yours?
Eh, Kermit, ¿hablas conmigo?
Yes. Yes.
Eh, I feel es eh, stress
You felt stress?
stress because my vocabulary is poor or eh, little o es pequeño, es
Yes,
corto.
poor. Poor is fine.
Yes. Um, to the image is complicated because um, eh, it is an abstract. Um, my vocabulary uh, is poor para for this describes the that picture. Um, maybe um, others picture or image um, maybe it is easy describe or
Okay. Okay. Well, all right. So right now, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me, guys. We will try something different. We will do it with a simple image to see how does it go. Let me look for that. Okay, Carol. So let's begin with you. This is the IMARS. So let's say we will start with you. Then it's gonna be Jessica, and we will wrap it up with Felix.
Okay. Uh, that I imagine is in the um, the jungle. Uh, in the jungle, um, they we have two zebras. They they have maybe a couple. Maybe has a problem with the children, and the female zebra tries to push her husband. He has he is very angry 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 with her husband and push with the, the hands in your chest, in your thorax, and the husband try uh, try to talk with them. I don't know, maybe they have a good relationship, but now the problem affects that relation. Um, but they they have a good view in the jungle. Uh, I don't know what else. That's it.
Do you see that you block yourself because you say, I don't know what else. That's it. So that's fine. You don't want to talk more. That's fine. Let's go ahead with Jessica.
Um, zebra is an a giraffe.
Don't worry. Remember that you need to connect. You will keep
Ah,
going, keep talking about zebra, and then you link it to
okay, okay.
giraffe.
The zebra is an wild animal. It is live in Africa. They are fa- um, family. No, they or the zebra and giraffe live live. Uh, how do you say juntos? Um,
Together.
together. The giraffe love a, a her cachorro, o ¿cómo se dice? How do you say cachorro o hijo? ¿Cómo se-
Puppies?
Ah,
Puppies? You're saying?
yes, puppies, puppies. Okay.
Or kitties?
Um, it,
Babies.
uh, the the
Oh, you are
mom
talking about cachorros of what?
what?
Oh, cachorros de qué?
O sea que estoy diciendo que the giraffe if love the giraffe love to her cachorro.
Okay, to their pups.
Uh-huh, correct. Um, they are playing. They 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 playing in 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 half the natural um um the zebra and giraffes um, se protegen. How do you
They
say?
take care of, they
They
take
they
care.
they take care. Um, they are the place the the beautiful place. Um, that's it.
All right.
Um,
Okay, so you'll block yourself. All right. Let's continue and wrap it up with Felix.
Okay. The giraffes are in the wilderness, the steppes of Africa, uh, where they live in a great hot weather. Uh, mm, there, there is her, her friend. Um, its name is Cheetah, who is very, uh, very attentive. He is looking her friends, the giraffes, and and the zebras, eh, because they are quarreling in the Africa steppes. Um, there are very very strong some, but he's very how do you say chismoso? Is gossip,
Gossip. Hmm.
gossip,
Yes,
and Cheetah is a lot of gossip. He enjoys to he enjoys looking all animals quarreling, speaking, talking, and enjoying that great day in the steppes of Africa.
okay. All right, thank you. Okay, that was most this one was a little bit more interesting because you have more things to say. So, Carol, how did you feel with this exercise? More relaxed, less stress out?
Yes, yes, of course, because the picture was different, and
Mm-hmm.
I can say more things that I see, that I saw. Um, Maybe it's a good exercise for try to think about different things. Um, I feel comfortable, but uh, I need uh, more
This ex-
imagine and vocabulary for spread more ideas.
okay, got it. Yeah, and but keep in mind that also this exercise is not only for vocabulary and speaking, it's pushing your creativity. Is
Okay.
is showing us how, I mean, if we are creative or not, because if you show this image to children or to a child, he will go crazy. He will create like the most crazy adventures. So it's pushing us to be more creative, because as you can see, when we became older or mature, we stop creating things. We are just focused on the box that we are living in. I think this is a really nice activity that we might practice, not only with pictures, but maybe with what we are seeing around. Maybe you are looking, just sitting in the mall, and you are looking people passing by. Try to create stories. Oh, maybe he's making that face because of this, or maybe he's having problems, or maybe he's sick. That's a really nice exercise, just to get out of that box that we are living. It's just a suggestion that nicely and friendly I'm making for everybody, because we are just used to see the same things every single day. So just try to think out of the box, and then it will become so easy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really nice exercise. Good. What about you, Felipe? How did you feel with this time?
Um, Still, I'm feeling well, but it's the same with the last exercise.
Mhm.
In this case, I have more vocabulary about animals, and that case like the wilderness or the steppe of Africa. Like that, like that. Um,
Okay. Yeah, it was a
yes,
little bit easier. And cheetahs, the men usually they love cheetahs because it's the faster animal in the world. So they like it a lot. So that's a really nice topic that is linked to men. So I like that. And what about you, Jessica?
I
How did
feel
you feel this time? The
I feel
same,
good,
or it
Kerny.
was a little bit more difficult or a little bit easier?
I feel good, Kerny. But you have all reason. Um, maybe hours um, and have have stress and o no sé.
You're thinking too much about the UNAT homework. Yeah, oh my goodness, all the homework that I have to do. Oh, university, children,
Yes,
work, money, house. Those
yes,
are the things that we are thinking all the time. So, because we are thinking about the same, when we are getting the opportunity to be creative, we just get blocked. Sometimes it happens. Not everybody, but sometimes.
yes.
So this is I mean, it's a really good exercise that you can try to practice English. Try to do that. Just take 5, 10 minutes to sit. It doesn't matter if it's in front of your house, or it doesn't matter if it's waiting the Transmilenio or the bus or driving. Just try to think about outside the box. Oh, try to create stories, or to, you know, just to guess what is happening around the world. You don't have to listen, you just have to look. Just look and create a story. And you have the story, try to change it in a simple English vocabulary. Try to do that. So I know basic words, I know basic vocabulary, so I will try to create a story with a basic vocabulary. Just do it at once. If you get used to do it frequently, you will see that you will improve a lot, because that's real life. That's everyday context. So that's the English that you need to learn. So it's a really nice exercise that you might do. Okie dokie. So I think I did not tell Felix and Jessica. We have, let's see, two more classes, and the final session will be on May 15th. In that day, we are planning to perform the last speaking test. It was the first and the last because we haven't done one before. We will have a speaking test. We'll let you know maybe next class, or let me see the calendar here. I don't have it in. Okay, maybe on the Friday, 11th, I will let you know how it's gonna be the structure of the test. So we will have session on the 8th and the 11th, and the 15th we will have the speaking test. Okay, and then we will finish. You don't have to listen to me anymore. You don't have to handle with me anymore. We will be done. Uh, do you have any question about that?
No, teacher, I don't have any question.
Okay, good. So one of the classes we will be focusing on vocabulary. As I told you before, we will have to find out the question that we have about the tag questions, to make sure that the topic is clear for everybody. And I believe that the last one before the quiz or the test, we will have a review, and then on the 15th it will be just a speaking test. That's it.
That is three more class.
Yes, two more classes and the one for the test.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Yes, so because in the final class we won't have any practice, just the test. So it's not. I'm not counting it as a class. But yes, we have three more encounters.
Okay.
and then we're done. Yes. All right. I think for today that will be it. Thank you so much for coming and join. I appreciate your time, and thank you so much for your questions and everything that had taught me today.
Okay. Thank you, you too.
Mhm.
Thank
I
you.
hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope Carol gets better from the allergies. And Felix, keep up because I know you can do better. And I'm sure you will improve your English. And Jessica as well. Okay? So it's not easy, but you keep going and you will get the results.
Okay, thank you. Bye. See you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Okay, bye bye. Bye bye,
Bye.
Felix. Take
Bye.
care,
Thanks, teacher
guys.
and classmates. Goodbye.
You're welcome.